Welcome to Mocktails Munchies with your favorite Virgin Islander leaks. Are you? Today, as I perceive, we are in a different environment. We are at the one and only Rock City Studio, and we are here today with a very, very special guest, nobody other than Timo Makaveli.
Yes. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. So we got to start off with a mocktail and a munchie of the day. Mm-hmm. Today we have Camille's Cupcakes. Shout out to Camille's Cupcakes. I love your cupcakes. Please sponsor me, please.
I love my cupcakes too.
It'll be so good. And then for our mocktail, I made island tiki. This is my version. And then we have tahini and rim with a lime. So you ready to take a little drink?
Yeah. Let's get into the drink.
Yeah, we get into the drink.
You know, it reminds me of that that good old juice that your grandmother used to make growing up.
Fruit punch.
Yes, that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the vibes I was going for.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, no, you nailed that.
Thank you. So now we gotta get into Camille's Cupcakes. I have red velvet and Timo choose what I want it was?
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake. I do. He loves carrot cake.
I do.
So we gotta take a little bite. Let me give you a napkin.
Fresh.
And this is why we love Camille's Cupcakes. Because what?
Mm-hmm.
Moist. Okay? Moist.
That part.
Okay, let me get straight into it. So for those who may not know, who is Timo?
Timo, he's an ordinary guy. No, I just play. Those that know me, as one half of the group are City, T1 brother. So, if we want to dive into a little more of who Timo is, I think it kind of goes what I was saying as an introvert. I kind of keep a small circle and, I trust the people in my circle and, I come outside when it's necessary. Yeah. Other than that, like we were talking about earlier, I think I naturally are born a workaholic, me and my brother both. So, majority of the times when you're in seeing me, I in the studio working, so, as a family guy, I still like to have fun, have a good time, you know what I mean? But, as we don't open the jam, we don't close the jam.
Facts.
Type of guy. Yeah, so, yeah, other than that, chilling.
What age did you garner your rapping abilities?
You want to hear, I actually have never told this story publicly, but
okay.
Cool story, fun fact too, true story. So when me and my brother were kids, right, I remember vividly one time, my father, when he was still alive, clearly we were younger, mm-hmm. My father had some of his friends come over to the house, and me and my brother in the living room, just freestyling and rapping. And back then we weren't really no good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, it was still cool to see two kids, doing this. And I remember my peripheral catching my father friends and going to my father, yo, Kibo, the older one.
Mm-hmm.
And my naturally competitive self, and mine, it wasn't even I was hating at my brother. Mm-hmm. Even from then, it was more so how do you not notice me too?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In my mind. And then right after that, I was just okay, so I don't see.
You want to show them?
Yeah. Yeah. And then but before that, I wasn't really taking it seriously. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But at that moment, that's when I really started taking it serious. We grew up on hip hop.
Yeah.
Our parents was, we talk about this. Our parents was lovers of hip hop. So from Rakim to Tribe Called Quest, Busta Rhymes, De La Soul, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, Jay-Z, Nas, Pac, Big. We grew up on all of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So just naturally being a fan of hip hop and just their way with words, I was always so intrigued by that. I would always try my best to make sure it's very important what I say and how I say it. You know, because if it don't give me the like their stuff did it,
catchy.
If it don't grab people, if a punchline or a bar don't punch you, you know what I mean, or grab you, like then back to the drawing board.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah,
I feel you on that.
And I feel like I've studied some of the best, even like in actual battle rap culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? From the Charlie Clips and the T-Rax and, you know what I mean? So many dope battle rappers to name. Like, I don't study all of them. I watch all of them.
So from time you smile, you have this in you?
Not necessarily, believe it or not. I was a basketball lover.
Oh.
Like I played junior varsity basketball in high school. Like nothing to brag about. It wasn't varsity. You know what I mean? But I was a star in my team though, you know what I mean? So, it was low key, but and I was mostly known for playing ball like in the neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So, if you're from housing, you're from ghettos, and you know Timo Makaveli. Okay. You know what I mean? But basketball was my thing. And like I said, like, doing the music thing, as a kid, I always looked at my brother as my big brother from the time I was a kid. So, if you understand anything about siblings, especially when there's kids, the younger sibling want to do everything the older sibling want to go everywhere the older sibling go, want to dress like them, like, and me and my brother were inseparable. You know what I mean? And my brother embraced me, like, going every place he go, doing it. My brother, come, let's go, we're going to do it together. So, we do everything together. So,
So the pivot actually went from basketball into rapping.
Yeah, so it gets to a place where I know I had to make a choice.
Yeah.
You're playing basketball or you're doing music, but you can't do both.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because both of them requires two different type of dedication. You know what I mean? So I think I don't know when it was exactly, but I eventually got to a place where music is my thing. And I think what it was, I don't remember the exact timing, but I remember what it was now. I knew if I chose to do basketball, then when it came time for me and my brother to leave St. Thomas and go do whatever it is we pursuing, we would have ended up going two different places. And wherever my brother was going is where I was going. So I was like, this basketball thing was cool when I was growing up, but now we're getting older. If my brother said we're going Miami, that's where we're going.
Okay.
And it's big brother, little brother, you know what I mean? It's normal, you know what I mean?
Really inseparable.
Yeah.
That's good though. Because like you say, when you look at your brother, you're looking up to him. He's probably one of your biggest motivation at that time.
Absolutely. Still is. Yeah, man. Like the good thing about my brother too, and like our relationship is like even though you don't see me around him as much, like with a lot of the stuff that he'd be doing, like we talk every day or every other day. And a lot of the times our conversations is brother conversations. Yo, my boy, you see that new show on Netflix? Like he just tell me about one today. As he come in the room, he sit down, we start talking 5 minutes in, he say, yo, my boy, tell me you see Adolescence on Netflix. I say, yeah, no, that's this new. And he just start going in like, my boy, you gotta watch this. So like our conversations will be the most randomest thing, but it's like too much time pass and I ain't talk to my brother.
Yeah.
That ain't normal.
That's good that you have such a close bond. I love that.
Yeah, man.
So what role did your father play in your music career?
That's a good question. Best way to answer that is, so it's a lot. So with me, so let's say when we were younger, me and my brother, again, I wanted to play ball.
Yeah.
And my father would always like get at me like, yo, like, you're playing ball, you're doing music, like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And but even when I played ball, he supported that too. So once I decided, music, that's it. That's what I want to do. For a really long time, I lacked a lot of confidence. Hence me being shy, like when I was younger and stuff. I lacked a lot of confidence. And my father was like my confidence booster. So like today, as a different person than I was when I was younger and growing up and stuff. But my father had a lot to do with that. My father being a great parent that he was, my father knew and understood exactly what his son needed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In order for me to break out of my shell and, become who I'm supposed to be. So, I remember my father would have conversations with me, like when he was still here, like, yo, I remember one conversation specifically where he tell me, yo, Timo, remember when I used to come to your house all the time and you would play me music and I would be like, yeah. And he'll be like, yo, during that time, it were a lot of them songs that you were playing for me that wasn't good. But as your father, as a parent, I knew what my son needed. And I knew that you lacked confidence. So I had to make you feel good about what it was that you were doing. But I knew eventually you will get good because I know you have it in you.
Yeah.
I know you don't know it yet, or you don't see it. As your father, I know the potential that you have.
That's great.
You know what I mean? So, like that, and like conversations like that, me just sticking through with it, like, that made all the difference in me becoming the person I am now.
I would have never thought that you had lack confidence, even with your
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You don't give out that vibe, so
yeah, man.
Shout out to Danny.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah. I would second guess everything. I don't think it sounds good. I ain't sure about this. For a long time, I didn't even really like how I sounded.
Really?
I didn't like my voice. I didn't like how my voice sounded. I swear to you. Yep.
Wow.
Either singing or rapping. And for a long time, I used to be like, I don't even feel like I sound like I could sing to me. Like I sound dumb. Yeah.
I think that's how we don't all feel though. Because sometimes I don't feel like that when I sing it to myself. Like sometimes I'll sing something, like, no girl, no. But I'm glad that he was that for you. And one thing you gotta really be appreciative for is a supportive parent. Because a lot of kids growing up today don't have that.
I think one of the things that made my father such a great parent was he cared about what we cared about.
Yeah.
And he made sure that we knew every chance he get how much he cared about what we cared about. And not by necessarily like saying that to us, just by showing up.
But by showing it.
Just by showing up. You know what I mean? Like no questions, no complaining. He could have just get home from work. Daddy was always present.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you were a part of a backup dancing duo for a girl group in the BI.
Yeah.
I never knew that, I never knew that.
You ain't have the moves? You ain't let Timo have the moves?
No. Who this girl group was?
So we were really young, elementary school. Roxanne and Katie.
Okay.
And some super cool girls too, man. And even still to this day, I still appreciate, them giving us the opportunity to do that, because little did they know, that was a huge stepping stone for us being who we are now. You know what I mean? So, the opportunity changed our life. And we didn't know, again, it would have been all of this, but that just, our love just grew more and more for this.
That's so crazy that you said that, because I literally going to say, was this experience, like being backup dancers for them, like, it's what started off?
Yeah. And, back then, all the rappers, not only did they have dancers and dancing in the music videos, but the rappers was dancing too. Like Heavy D, big guy. You know what I mean? The overweight Heavy D, like that guy, was dancing, doing moves, you know what I mean? So as kids, you growing up and you have a love for hip hop from hearing your parents playing it in the house. Now you're going to actually see it for real, visualize it from the music videos, and you're seeing all these cool dance moves, and you just want to know and learn all of them, and you know what I mean?
I'm intrigued too, because when you're young, you just want to be in everything. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
What would you say your music style is, being that you're from the BI?
My music style it's a mixture, for me, it's a mixture of hip hop, R&B, Caribbean. And I stress on the hip hop side of it because I wouldn't necessarily say that I am an island rapper. More so, a hip hop artist that just so happened to be an islander. You know what I mean?
It's funny that you said that because listening to I always just be like, behind my hands, like.
Yeah. So because, you know, like, we from what would be considered a foreign place as far as America is concerned, which is weird, even though, you know, we from the US VI. Because of that, it hard. I could see how it would be hard for America to just be like, yeah, that's hip hop or that's rap. And I ain't saying that they're saying that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I was saying that I could see how it could be hard for them to say that. When places like in the UK, like welcomes with opening arms, you know, but especially in the Caribbean islands, growing up, every kid, you know, like the American dream, to be able to say make it in America, and most of us as kids, like, that's our dream. Yeah. You know, so you can't blame us. Caribbean hip hop, R&B, but like I said, like, it ain't island rap. Yeah. Is a rapper that's from the islands. Okay. You know, and again, if you really dive into my music and listen to my music, like, even from like my beat selection and stuff like that, and you know, like, it feels like rap music. It do. Just an island person rapping. Rapping it, yeah. You know what I mean? And it ain't like I rapping a whole bunch of island stuff. Like, yeah, we're on the beach eating coconut and picking the mango them off the tree, walking around barefoot and driving in safari. And it ain't like it's a whole album of island talk. You know, I feel like I pride myself on trying my best to make reality-based music. Yeah. So, you know, it's songs that is vibes, but then it's songs like on my album, my new album, where is reality-based. You know, it's about my life, my journey, song experiences, but I try my best to do it from a perspective where people see me as, you know, a regular person just like them. Yeah. You know, like we all
instead of singling you out. Yeah. Because you're from the island.
Yeah. You know, or because that's Timo from our city. Which is Craig and Day Day. You feel me? Yeah. You know what I mean? We just so happen to achieve some heights and stuff, but you know, we just Craig and Day Day. Yeah.
What really hit it on the nail for you to decide we gotta move states to pursue this?
Me and Tiwan had to get a lot bigger on St. Thomas or in the Virgin Islands than we could have even imagined or predicted. Like I said, like, you know, like I remember like in high school and girls screaming and safaris driving past from like another school. And we might be walking home from school in our school clothes, like hair raga, like, you know what I mean? Like, but we I guess so big there, and it ain't no real opportunities for entertainers in the music industry side of things back home to get rich. And a lot of our dreams, goals is to get rich because a lot of us come from poverty-stricken environments back home. You know what I mean? And so after high school, you know, me and my brother knew, like, once we graduate out of high school, we out of here. And it was just because we felt like we wanted to, all the stuff that you see us do, you know, like we wanted to do all these things. Yeah. And we know St. Thomas is limited. You know what I mean? Resources, access, like, as far as music industry is concerned, you know, it's limited, unfortunately. You know, so we just knew, like, once we graduated out of high school, we're going to the States. We didn't really have the best structured plan, you know, but we were dreamers. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when you're dreaming, it's like, yo, what we doing? Where we going? Say less.
So then when are you make it to the States? How are you getting and seeing? Like, how are you networking? Like, what going on?
So when we first come to the States, we were in Miami first. And things were moving really slow in Miami. Yeah. And that was different for us coming from back home where, you know, we don't make such a name for ourselves. You know, so things were moving really slow in Miami. And then after about a little under a year, we had an opportunity to do a show in Atlanta. Somebody reached out to us to book us, a Virgin Islands promoter. And so, you know, me and Timo were right on the brink of trying to figure out, like, yo, we need to be between Atlanta or New York. And then that happened. So we were like, guess that's a sign. And anybody that listen to our album, What Dreams Are Made Of, we talk about it somewhat on the last song, Our Story. So we come to Atlanta, set up shop. We had no place to stay. We were in a hotel, got a promoter book us.
Yeah.
We had a hotel for like a whole weekend. And when we get paid for the show, we were like, yo, we gonna figure it out. And we end up figuring it out one step of the way. And then we were trying to figure out what would be the best way for us to showcase our talent. Around that time, fortunately, Atlanta was like a talent show hub. So it was always a talent show going on. And so once we learned that, coming from St. Thomas, like we come from performing live.
Yeah.
Like we barely have any songs recorded. You know what I mean? At that time, all we have is that we have the sound and we ready to perform it. So we started doing talent shows. And talent shows was like our real foot in the door in the music business to our life changing. And it didn't start out like that, but that's what set it off.
Okay.
Like that's what set everything off.
What was the process like with getting signed?
So getting signed came from doing the talent shows.
Mm-hmm.
We were killing the talent shows for so long that, we were somewhat known in the city of Atlanta. Them two island boys, them two brothers that'll be performing. You ain't never seen them movies. So word was spreading. Atlanta is a small city, small community of people. So, word was spreading. We were starting to get a little known around the city and stuff like that. And then, at the time, Benny was off DJing for Akon.
Yep.
So anytime Benny got break, he come back home. We have a talent show or something, he'll come DJ with us. And then Benny started doing this, he was spinning at this local, I forget the name of it. Like a sports bar type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's outside called 20 Grand. And Benny was like the house DJ whenever he would be back in town. And they used to do a talent show there every Thursday.
And how you were there?
And Benny's a house DJ. So Benny's like, yo, my boy done got perform.
Facts.
And, my boy done could perform. You know what I mean? And we show up every time. And then after about, I'd say like a month of us, like maybe a few months. Cause we weren't doing it like every week and every, you know what I mean? So maybe a few months of us going back there and performing and signing up for them talent shows and killing it. Benny would be telling Akon like, yo, Khan, next time we get back to Atlanta, just pull up 20 Grand with me. You gotta come see these man, yo. And at the time, Akon already know who he is, and we know him, and we had a good relationship with him at the time too. But so Benny bring Akon to 20 Grand, and Akon see us. I'll never forget it. It's like me and T1 and Benny behind of us, and me and T1 on stage rocking it, and Akon sitting like dead straight in front of us, and he just the whole time. And then
you were locked in.
Yeah, the rest was history after that. We signed to Akon. Then in due time, then we signed to Interscope, and we had our ups and downs, us going against Akon and against the label, but that's we were young.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it don't mean that we wasn't wrong about how we felt about some of that stuff, a lot of that stuff even, but it was a way better way of going about that and dealing with it. But the good thing about it that I'm grateful for is that we're still good friends with Akon.
That's good.
So, even though our business relationship wasn't the best, we still good friends.
That's
you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Being signed on a label, did they ever try to change eye accent?
Yeah. And well,
not really accent, but just try to make you more, I guess, appeasing to stateside crowd.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, with the music industry, what you gotta understand, at the end of the day, it's a business. Right? So 9 times out of 10, they only doing what's familiar to them.
Yeah.
If it's unfamiliar to them, like something of the Caribbean, they're gonna think to themselves, okay, well, let's think on other Caribbean stuff that's broken into American market, American culture. Shaggy, it wasn't me. You know what I mean?
No, for real.
They start thinking on all the records that was big, and then Ayaz, Replay, Sean Kingston, Beautiful, That's what we call it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, like records like those, they'll be like, yo, so let's think on all the Caribbean records that were. We need records. You need to make records like these, and you know what I mean. So we kind of get caught up in that mix for a while, and there wasn't wrong fully. You know, me and my brother had a lot of growing to do.
Yeah.
But when you're young and you're an artist, you're passionate. You know, we had somewhat of egos. We coming from a place where we is the number one thing there. You know what I mean? Doing it our way.
Yeah.
You know, when you're young and you're a kid. You know, it's hard to take the advice or, you know.
Even though it probably was constructive criticism.
Yeah.
But to us being islanders, I could see with her, it'd be like, the man, me hearing that.
Yeah. Specifically that, our culture, and we're so true to our culture. Mind sometimes for Caribbean people, our culture could be a cripple.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
And I don't mean that you ain't true to your culture, but it's just certain things that it could be a cripple. Again, like us being in the music business and certain things with me and Timo might be like, yeah, like,
nah.
But in retrospect, it probably was a big play. You know, but like I said, as you get older, you wisen up and you start looking back at things and mistakes that you made, and you know, they ain't bad enough. As long as you learn from them, you know, and as long as you go be real enough to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
You know, that once you could do that, then you know the future is promising.
Yeah.
Cause you're such a different person now. You know how to handle these things. You know how to move in these type of scenarios. You know, way better than you did when you were younger. That's kind of where I at right now. I sure that's where my brother at too. You know, like even when it comes to making our city music, then versus now. Like then me and my brother would bump heads. Then we would bump heads with a label. Like, you know what I mean? Creatively, we bumping heads. I want rap. I fight into rap. And this song might not call for that. But the young me is like, yo, I feel like I try and completely mute me from rapping.
Yeah.
You know? And it's one of them things where it wasn't necessarily that they were in not the best way trying to show us how to become the best version of ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because even them two, I think, saw in us even some of the things that we might see in ourselves now. I think they saw it then, but we didn't see it.
I feel you on it because, like, for me, I joined the military, leaving St. Thomas, but I have my own way of doing things. I have my own way of handling situations, and it's like, I joined the military, and this is a whole new world to me, and they have their way of how things should be done, how things should be operated. And I wasn't going for it. But now when I look back at it, it's like, Malika, you need to simmer down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they did see something in me with the strong mentality and everything that I had that I didn't see myself at the time. So I completely understand.
Yeah, man. And you know, like, people will forget sometimes, like, we only human.
Yeah.
You know, like, none of us was bred to be perfect. None of us.
Facts.
You know, and we all gonna go through ups and downs. We all have flaws. You know what I mean? But them flaws, them imperfections, that's what make us human. That's what make us just like the next guy. Or like the next gal. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, can't live with regrets, man.
You live and you learn.
Yeah. And then you think too, like, we probably would not be where we at, who we is, become who we are, had we not went through a lot of the things that we did. You know, so, you know, and then you look at some of the child stars. You know what I mean? Some of them do make it out on the other side and a lot of them don't.
Yeah.
Because, you know, from a kid, you know, like being groomed into this spotlight and how to be, how to move, how to act. And then, of course, you developing your own sense of arrogance and stuff like that as a kid.
You lose your identity.
Yeah, you lose yourself completely. You know, so, yeah, man, I grateful I still grounded, you know.
That's good.
Yeah, man.
In 2008, Losing It was released, and let me tell you, the people at the VI was losing it for real. Like, you were on the big screen, like everybody were like, "What is man make it?" Like, this was the song. Like, how you had feel in that moment?
Amazing. That's probably one of the greatest feelings. Again, as we were talking about like memories and stuff. Yeah. That's a memory that carry with me forever, because it was such a moment beyond me, like, again, bigger than me. I wasn't even just thinking about me. For me, I such a proud Virgin Islander. All me and my brother were thinking about is like, wait till the VI see we on the big screen waving the VI flag. You know what I mean? Like, we don't get that. We don't get that.
So happy.
Yeah. Nah, that was exciting, amazing. Like, everything about that, it was awesome. And I'm grateful that my father was still alive to see all that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that it was. And then, we do like the, MTV Come Back Home with us.
Oh, yes.
And, yeah, like, oh, that's big. That's big. Like,
big deal.
Then there's things that you can't even say rarely happens for us. Don't happen. Them things don't happen for us in these small islands. Them things don't happen. You know what I mean? So, it's a blessing. Like I say, I forever grateful for them type of moments and opportunities. And I happy to and proud to be able to call myself a Virgin Islander, like some VI man do that.
I know.
Yeah, like, and we.
you really put us on the map.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah, man. Everything we do is about putting out for the VI, man. Putting out for the VI, and we just still get all type of, like negativity behind certain things, but that comes with it. And
definitely comes with it.
I don't get mad at it. You know what I mean? I don't get mad at it. I don't get mad at nobody, man. Like, one thing I learned all is the minute that me and my brother decide to put ourselves on that stage, that platform that says, I am an artist, hair wall, judge me. Say whatever you want to say about me, how you feel about me, how I look, how I dress, how I talk, how I moving, how I ain't moving, what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing. That comes with it.
Yeah, it does.
So at a young age, I knew that. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of the times you can't blame people because people going naturally, especially in situations like this, speak on what they don't know.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of technicalities in the music business that our people don't know and probably wouldn't understand fully.
I wouldn't listen. I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah. I would be the first to say it.
Yeah, it's a lot that comes with it. A lot of people think like it's really just the talent, but today is like it's a totally different climate. These labels want to see what your social media numbers looking like and what your followers looking like, and a lot of that stuff come with it. Now, it don't mean that it ain't no label out there that ain't still signing real true talent, but just a lot of what's happening in the music business today and in music is a lot of that, so, I say at the end of the day, is a lot of stuff that come and go, but like real true talent,
it's going forever stay.
Everything else will, and that will stick.
Yeah.
Real true talent will always stick.
It's true.
You know what I mean? So, and not everybody built for this. That's another thing. Not everybody built for this. There's a lot of people that say they want it, claim they want it. I don't know if they really want it. Because I don't know if they fully understand what comes with wanting it. So, for example, and I tell people this all the time. You really want this? If you really want this, you have to be willing to risk possibly being homeless. And I don't mean that you're going to be homeless now.
Yeah, of course.
But that's a possibility though. For this.
Because you invest in it all.
You might have to starve for this. It don't mean that you will. But that's a possibility. Are you willing to go through that? Any of those things?
Yeah.
And you really have to be real with yourself. Ask yourself this, like, I ain't lying. What you say? Like, what man can I eat? Now, I like to eat meat, but I want to my boy. Like, I can make sure I hold on a steady job, that because I need to make sure I could pay my bills on time. Versus, I banking everything on his dream, and it's a lot that comes with it. You know what I mean? So you have to really be sure that you want it. You can't just be, I good, I bad. Everybody in my neighborhood tell me I good. And that's cool. but you really, really want this? Because, there's a lot that come with it, man, you know what I mean? And if you ain't willing to risk giving up all them type of things, possibly, don't even waste your time or anybody else's time. And, and I could sit at it confidently, like, because me and my brother went through it firsthand.
Yeah.
We both have our journey together, but we have individual journeys too. My brother faced his own struggles. I faced my own struggles. You know what I mean? But what we doing? We want it or we don't.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
gotta make a choice at the end of the day. You gotta make a choice.
Yeah. We want it or we don't want it. It's one of the two. Can't complain about it. Complaining ain't never get nobody nowhere.
No place. I agree. The only thing is, like, right now, I feel like the social media era is just a bit too much.
It is.
For me. For me personally. Even though I have my podcast, I feel like I don't want to ever be famous. I just want to do what it is I love to do and be able to take care of my family.
Ironically, I don't want to be famous. If I could have lived in a perfect world, I would love to see my music be famous.
Yeah.
And I could still be cool, walk the street like a regular person.
That's what I want.
You know what I mean? But unfortunately, that's just not the way that this goes. And like, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, sometimes I do, even when you hear me talk about like lacking confidence and stuff like that, like part of it too is like, if I'm being honest, full transparency, I kind of fear being famous, like famous.
Yeah.
I enjoy my introverted ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I enjoy being able to really have time with my family and stuff like that. And I really enjoy that. Like, that's a huge part of who I is. You know what I mean? Being amongst my brethren, them, and I could be amongst them.
With them, like,
yeah, like,
no cameras in your face 24/7.
All of them type of thing. Yeah, like, so, but like I said, we don't live in a perfect world, so I know that ain't realistic for me, but, the common denominator of it all is I love doing this.
Yeah.
So my love for this is like, I can show up and do it anyway.
What was next for Timo after losing it?
After losing it, so losing it did decent amongst Black culture.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a hit. So the label at the time were ready for us to move on to another record, and we cooking record after record after record after record, and they ain't hearing nothing that you know what I mean? So hence the birth of all those mixtapes that we put out. Because we're like, I don't want to pick none of these our singles, and I don't want to put none out.
Let me show you what we put.
Yeah, we were making, so again, you see how we were working even back then. That's how we were working still. We were making so much music that we were like, yo, you know how much music we have? What do you mean you ain't putting out nothing? Well, we putting out something. Like, cause these tunes these people need to hear these.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not everything was great, but when we went through that mixtape run, it was a lot of stuff on there that to date is VI classics. You know what I mean? Like, for the sketch them, like, there's so much tunes, like Rap Man, like them is tunes that were on mixtapes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so, bang it. I want a mixtape. You know what I mean? Like, so, mixtape run was pretty good, pretty cool. And then, so after we mixtaping and we trying to figure it out, we knew we had to get off the label.
Yeah.
So, get off the label. And then, we kind of went through a phase where things were kind of cool for us. It wasn't really getting much placements, and we ain't signed to our label no more. So it's like, even as artists, but fortunately we still had good relationships. A lot of people that still believe in us as writers, so we would still be getting called to show up and do writing sessions, and we would still be getting little placements here and there. And then our manager at the time tell us he feel like we should fall back from being artists and just go hard as writers. You know, and so we went hard with the writing thing, and then when it picked up to a place where it got the attention of Dr. Luke. You know what I mean? And that was a big deal. You know, if you know anything about who Dr. Luke is, he is only one of the biggest music producers in the world. You know what I mean? And Dr. Luke come from the school of Max Martin, who is the other big producer in the world. Like
the two top big dogs.
Yeah, you know, and so when we meet with Luke, start working and just writing songs. And then we have a mutual friend, this guy named Groove Chambers. Groove, we're having a conversation with Luke, and that's kind of how we get connected with Luke, through Groove. And Groove were like, yo, you got a chance to hear their stuff though? And Luke was like, what you mean? Like, I didn't know there was artists too. And he said, Groove were like, what? If you think their writing is fire,
you got to hear these, man.
You got to hear their stuff. And then, you know, Luke was like, yo, if we made music for y'all, like, what would that sound like? And we were like, yeah, I don't know. We kind of have an idea where to start, and we figure it out together. Because at that time, again, me and my brother, our music were kind of like all over the place. You know what I mean? We had hip hop songs, reggae songs, soca songs, like pop songs, like. And then what kind of was the birth of that was when we were putting out all them mixtapes, we were still doing a lot of songwriting and a lot of, when we write songs, we demo our songs ourselves. So like, let's say I write a song for a female. I don't have like a female coming and singing. It's me singing it. You know what I mean? And back in them time, it's me and my brother singing these songs. So it's our vocals and then, hey baby boy, but we singing it.
Yeah.
Cause you know, we at the time, we don't know no demo singers. So we're going to sing it ourselves. Sing them songs, and those songs will be getting leaked. So we'll go some places, and like I remember during that time, vividly, we would go to Tola and we had to perform this one song called After the Club. R&B song. We write the song for like a pop R&B artist, but it get leaked with my brother vocals on it.
So I have no choice.
So we go Tola now, and Tola is like, yo, all I leaked up, me want to hear that, ain't nobody. After the club, boy. We want to hear how you sing After the Club, my boy. So you know what we do?
Have no choice.
You know what we do? Sing After the Club. It's a Rock City song now, I guess. Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, after we went through that phase, make the album. Album come out. CEO at our company were going through some legal issues.
Yeah.
That he was falsely, you know, accused of and stuff like that. And that kind of slowed down a lot. Yeah. And this is like after Locked Away come out, and you know, but then after we do a tour and all of that, like, you know, the company went through that, and anything that were on the companies kind of suffered. Us being one of the artists on the company. So, you know, we got back to the writing stuff, and me personally, I took a hiatus. After that, like after the album, after the tour, and all of that, and
that wait for you.
I took a hiatus because, if again, full transparency, at that moment in my life, for the first time, and you know, it comes with growing, right?
Yeah.
For the first time, I had to have a conversation with myself, like, Timo, who you is outside of our city? And I didn't have no answer. You know, I was so wrapped up in our city. That been my life, my whole life. Yeah. You know what I mean? So then I took a hiatus because I needed to figure that out. You know what I mean? As a man growing, and I was like, yo, like, I only get old. I need to figure out who I is and what I love and what you know what I mean? I took some time to figured it out. You know what I mean? And then once I figured it out, then I pour right back into the music and stuff, and get back into writing, start my label, sign a few artists, and you know, my goal, my dream always been to, even outside of the stuff me and my brother do, is to help in any way that I can. So, you know, like, if you look at my back record, like, as far back as you want to go, I've always done features with VI artists. Majority of the VI artists I've done features with. And when I say majority, if it's 10, then 9 of them, I've never charged for a feature. Every man, and I've worked with almost all of them. I had them in the studio. You name them. Monet, 5-2, Adam O, you name them.
Trust me, I know.
All of them. And who's your brother? Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Squad Boy.
Yeah, and he's one of the few of them that I actually rate for real. He know it though. I always hit him. I hit him in the DMs or I'd comment on something, he post on his story, and I'd be like, yo, bro, you going crazy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's one of them ones too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, for me, I was just like, yo, like, all right, once I locked in now, and I just got to work, man. I got to work, and my journey wasn't an easy journey. Yeah. And I still journey. You know what I mean? And it haven't been an easy journey. I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this, right? Without coming off like I try and be like hard. Because I ain't even want to is like, I don't really know how to not be real. Yeah. And I start realizing how much fakeness it is in the industry. So that mess with me. You know what I mean? So that was part of the reason too why I kind of pulled back and took my hiatus. And that's another part of the reason why I kind of stay away too. But I can't stay away forever. You know what I mean? Especially when you hear me talk about how much I love doing this. Exactly. You know what I mean? So I'm happy to get back in the mix and work with up and coming artists, writers, producers, and I kind of have been like over the past year. I'll say like just really stepping back out to get back into the work and embracing whatever comes with this.
So you doing all of this? How supportive is your wife?
She's
because you're a workaholic now. So how supportive is she?
She's number one fan supportive. So that helps. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's the closest person to me. So even when I might be frustrated or about stuff, or if I am going to complain, that's who I complain to. That's who I vent to. You know what I mean? And she will get me charged right back up. You know what I mean? Sometimes she need to tell me, no, you ain't going as hard as you thought you was. And I would be like, what? Just took that cough to the chest just now, yeah. Yeah, it's always telling me sweat.
But you need that.
Yeah.
You need that.
Yeah. And that it pour battery in you. You know what I mean? Because, and mine, little do I know, for all I know, he is going hard, but I don't push him to go hard. I just know what type of beast I'm gonna bring out of him. You know what I mean? She know me better than most. Yeah. So it helps. It helps. She ain't as verbal about it, like online and stuff, but I don't need that. Yeah. You know what I mean? The way that she provide me with it is good enough for me.
How is your mental health?
My mental health is better than it's ever been. Well, let me not say that. No. That's way far-fetched. Way far-fetched. It is in a good place though. Yeah. That's better. That's a way better answer. It is in a better place. I honestly still dealing with losing my father. I think for me, and I ain't saying it easier for Timo, I know that it's easy at all. Just for me, is like, my father was my therapist, so, me being introverted and not sharing much, not really talking about much outside of whatever I decide to share with the world, all the other things I would talk to my father about, and so after I lose my father, it's still days where I would reach to grab my phone to call my father, for advice, or I'm mad about something and I just need to vent. you know, and the first person I think to call is my father.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks, you know, being the reality check that he's no longer here, you know. But it's part of it, right? You know, so for me, I just pour into my loved ones what I love doing, because what I love doing makes me happy.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, it's bittersweet because a huge part of the reason I love it is because of my father.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's a lot of times where I would be like, yo, I think I can just stop. Or I can just...
You can't. You can't.
I swear to you, it's been enough times where I've definitely romanced the thought of giving it up. Like, just completely being behind the scenes and maybe just writing. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, it is a part of me that is like, yo, like, I have a lot to say. A lot. You know? And not only that, like, I have message too in my music.
You do.
You know, like, and I try my best to, me and try and be like the big brother or like none of that. I ain't none of that. I mean, if anybody see me as that, I appreciate it and I embrace it. But like, I ain't trying to do none of that. I just saying like, I try and show VI artists, especially those that's making like rap music, so much different things we could talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It don't have to be the things I talking about, but I just giving you the blueprint to, yo, like what? I didn't know I could make a song like this and like this and like this. And a lot of the times we be so focused on what's trendy.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make something trendy. And it's like, yo, like at the end of the day, people just want to hear, if you make good music, make good music. You know, but if you get some stuff that you're going through, some real stuff, or it don't have to come from a sad place, it could be from a happy place. You know what I mean? But people want to pour into you.
Yeah.
Fans, consumers, they pour into the artists that they like, that they love. They love you more the more you're willing to share with them. This album that I recently released, this probably one of my most important projects. I was nervous about releasing it because I ain't never really showed this much vulnerability in my music before. You know, and again, like these is things that I wouldn't normally share with, I just talk to my wife. You know what I mean? I might vent certain things to my brother, you know, but that's about it. I just wanted the Virgin Islands to have something in the marketplace that, you know, feel good and it represent VI and it sound like VI people and it ain't all nothing crazy or negative or
I know exactly what you mean.
Whatless or slack or disrespectful is, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like it's a bit of something and there for everybody, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's my truth, you know? It's my truth.
At the end of the day, as long as you staying, and I feel like I just say this in every episode now, as long as you staying authentic and true to yourself, that's what matters. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, a lot of the rap, I'm gonna say it just ain't for me. It might be for somebody else, but it ain't for me. Because it's like, we are talking about the same kind of things over and over and over again. Yeah. I could branch off and break out into different things if I want to. But like you say, when a trend is here,
man,
everybody hopping on the wave.
Yeah, man. And mine, like, there's a few artists in the VI that's being true to who they are and giving the consumer more than just trendy stuff. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That making more reality-based stuff like a Banco or like Jelani Kendall. Jelani is actually another one of the artists in the VI that I really, really like. But it's just, you know, I always say like, yo, like every most young boys that I know love their mom with their mama songs. Yeah. I love my mom. Like, yo, mommy's like, yo, I bust a blank for my mom. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think they're taking on that.
I love my mom or just whatever it might be, like, you know, just talking about different stuff or even not just talking about different stuff. Okay, you're a bad man. Cool. But you know, like, you could be a bad man and talk about some of the stuff that you've endured, experienced as a bad man. Yeah. But from a perspective where everybody feel you know.
Mm-hmm.
Where versus you only talking to Batman. And girl like Batman song, so sometimes you're gonna win the woman audience because girl think there's Batman. You know what I mean? But you know, it's like sometimes it's again, and you might not be the best at making a girl tune. Get help. Get help. You might not be the best at talking about stuff outside of your comfort space. Get help.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten help. You know what I mean? I've gotten help. I would be like, yo, like, this ain't really my lane.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of stuck on where to go after this here. So, writers, people I trust in the room with me, and I would be like, yo, like, I don't know where to go with this line right here, man. Or this is a bit of a challenge for me. So, get help.
I think also though that people back, like, I don't know if it's because of like how we raised, because like a lot of us don't like to ask for help. A lot of us feel like, nah.
But you want to know what happened? No shots, but me too, because I was once like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we small-minded.
Yeah.
And you can't blame us because small island. You know, for our majority of us, all we know is that 32 square miles. You know, I give the people them there, like I say, a little grace because I understand we come from a small island. I was once like that. You know, but you gotta at some point leave the island.
I just say that.
And when you leave the island and you go someplace else and see what it's really like in this industry, this business that you trying to be a part of. You get to see what it's really like, when you start learning and understanding certain things, and then hold on.
Your eyes are there open wide.
Yeah, like for me, I always say like, yo, the rappers them in the VI, the youth them that are rapping with a VI accent, go to the UK. I was like, go to the UK, figure out a way to get out there. Because me and my brother, we start out rapping, bang it as a rap man, locked away in a rap song, locked away in a bang it, or a simmer, or locked away is a pop song.
Mm-hmm.
That's our biggest song. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So, you know, for me, it's like, again, for me and my brother leaving St. Thomas and moving to the States and understanding our talent and you know, like really shaping it and stuff like that, is like, we knew like, yo, yeah, we could rap and all of that, but who we making music for? And we feel like we could touch the wall. We try to see the wall. We didn't leave St. Thomas because we just want to see Atlanta. No. And we love Atlanta. We live here.
Mm-hmm.
This is second home.
This is second home.
You know what I mean? Like, the people, we became who we are today. A huge part of that is the city of Atlanta. We owe that to. You know what I mean? So, you know, I love Atlanta, but like, yo, like, we's VA, man. Yeah, we Virgin Islanders, we's island people, you know, and I just feel like, again, like when it goes back to the music, we could talk about so much different things. And I want to double back on something because I talk about like working with like the Adam O's and Monet's, Fight Tools, all of them. I don't want to take away from the work that all of them artists put in. They all put in the work.
Yeah.
Every last one of them that I name, all of them put in the work. Even when they were around us, you know what I mean? They were dedicated then. You know, so like all of them deserve everything you see that they're receiving today, all of them deserve that. I just wanted to double back on that because I wanted to make sure I still, you know, give them a props because them man work hard, man. There's a lot of artists in the VI, but
they're working hard for real.
There's only a few of them you know, like that
have an actual stamp.
There's a lot that we don't know of because, you know, they're up and coming, they're still bubbling and getting a name out there, but the ones that we actually do know, like, they're putting the hours, man.
Your creative process, like, what is that like? Do you have to hear a beat first? Do you have to write lyrics first? Take us through that.
I gotta hear the beat first. And if I like the beat, love the beat from jump immediately, I probably gonna start humming melodies and just freestyling just melodies and ideas. And if I really love it, then immediately I'm gonna be like, yo, load this up. Let's cut it. Like I'm ready to start cutting some vibes. And then usually be on, put on the headphones, and I just start singing whatever comes to mind. If it's melodies, if it's words with the melodies, and I just do a few takes of that freestyling, whatever comes to mind. And then I listen to it and see, let me see if I hear anything that sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, this fire, keep that. This fire too, keep this. Meaning like nothing else, all right, let me try one more. Because I feel like maybe them two sound good, but if I try and structure the song in standard song format,
yeah,
either start with a hook, verse, or start with a verse, then so a verse, B section, hook, verse, B section, hook. So if I do a melody that might feel like this, feel like a B section melody, this don't really feel like the verse melody. So save it, but I ain't ready to write that part yet. Because I already on the verse. So let me finish this verse. And then when I finish with the verse, now I can go to the B section and I say, play that melody, let me hear it. So I loop it so I can just hear it. And while I looped, I coming up with words to it in my head. I think I get some. Like, boom. Then verse done, B section done, time to do the hook. Me, I usually either start with the B section or I start from the top of the song. Verse, B section, hook. Almost like I'm writing a story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So, what's the shortest amount of time it took you to write one song?
I don't know personally. I never timed it myself. To me, I'd say maybe, because I don't want to like be capping, like, you know what I mean? Like, realistic, like, maybe fastest, maybe 30 minutes.
Okay.
It could have been faster than that, but like I say, I don't know for a fact, and I ain't capping. You know what I mean? Like, but 30 minutes for sure. I've done full songs in 30 minutes.
See, and like people like me who don't know nothing about the music industry, I would be thinking it's taking hours, days, weeks to come up with like one song.
Some sessions do be like that. Some writers do work like that. And, you know, for me, everybody have their own process. And sometimes when it does take that long, it ain't even necessarily because of people being slow.
Mm-hmm.
It's really about just trying to make the best song. And when you try and make like a mega monster smash and you kind of know a thing or two about making smashes, it's like, we almost there. But it ain't. You could have been in it all day. We're gonna come back tomorrow then, but dang it.
Yeah. Okay. So do you feel like there's enough representation of VI artists mainstream?
Not mainstream, no. No. Unfortunately, we don't get no real opportunities.
Yeah.
Caribbean artists in a whole. You know, we don't get no real opportunities. But if you know a thing or two about the music business, we in a streaming era. And Caribbean music don't really stream that well.
Mm.
And when I say that, it don't mean that Caribbean artists that point up numbers.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about like Drake, Kendrick,
we just saying
SZA, Travis Scott, Future, Katy Perry, you know what I mean? Like Taylor Swift. When we talk about like Caribbean music don't stream like that well.
Yeah.
You know, so the opportunities you know, part of the reason why the opportunities are so slim is because of that.
Yeah.
You know, so I hope and I pray eventually in due time things change, because I always rooting for Caribbean people, man. I rooting for Caribbean people so much that I hate when American artists feature Caribbean artists and they don't say featuring the artists. I feel a way like they're from the VI. They could be from Trinidad, Jamaica, St. Kitts. There is an island person, and especially if it's a Caribbean artist that we as Caribbean people rate, I feel like it's a disrespect. Swear to you, I feel like it's a disrespect to other people.
I feel you.
I was like, don't pour what people them on your record because it's trendy.
Yeah.
Give us the look. Give us the look. Don't come to our island and eat up our food and da 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 da. And you love our music, our culture, and I need to put this artist on a record. You put the artist on a record and you don't even say featuring the artist.
Yeah. It is kind of like a slap in the face.
Yeah, and I ain't even speaking for myself. Like, this is, again, I felt this way about when I've seen it with other artists that ain't even from the Virgin Islands. And I was like, yo, me ain't like that. Why you didn't say featuring so and so? I ain't like that. You know what I mean? Because if it was a Babylon artist, it would have said featuring. So it's almost like, yo, hold on. Like, what it is with Caribbean people, man? Like, what going on here? And I don't think it's a thing. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to make it a thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a thing, It's just, I that defensive and that proud as an island person. Again, I want to see Caribbean people thrive. You know what I mean? So
I want to see them thrive too. I want to see in every single space too, not just in the music space. Every single space, modeling, acting, movie, I don't care. Every single space, I want to see Caribbean people thrive all the way to the top because I feel like we belong there too. Yeah,
no, absolutely. Absolutely.
What is the best advice you have received in your music career?
I could cuss.
Yeah.
Don't take none of this shit personal. Best advice. None of it. Like literally none of it. They go, okay. I don't mean don't feel that way. Like we human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff don't make us feel that way depending on what it is, right? But don't take none of it personal. That's a hard thing. That's a hard thing to do. You know what I mean? Especially when you're dealing with people and their egos and pride and like, but what's for me is for me. What's for them is for them. Maybe this ain't for me. And that's okay.
Yeah.
But don't take none of it personal. None of it.
Congratulations are in order for Locked Away, surpassing 1 billion streams. Okay? 1 billion streams. And you gotta give it up to Rock City for surpassing 1 billion streams.
Yeah, that's huge.
What is that feeling like?
That's huge. I don't know. I don't even know. You know what I mean? It's a little surreal. That's real. Like, you know what I mean?
It's real.
It's a little surreal. Like, I can't believe we do that for real. You know what I mean? And also, like, I can't believe, like, me and my brother still climbing heights and, and still setting the bar, and for me, it's, like, I don't know, man, it's still humbling too, man, After all this time, after all these years, again, we might tell you we had a cold phase, and it's still humbling. Like, after all this time, it goes to show, like, and me and Deli, we's good friends and we talk about this all the time. You have something that you love, that you truly love. If you wake up and decide to dedicate every chance you get to that something that you love, every chance you get, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. Some people it take longer than it do for some others.
Yeah.
But some people have a tendency to not stay down. And in some cases, you can't blame them because everybody is their own person. And maybe they felt like, I have a different idea for what I try and do for myself and where I try and go.
Yeah. So
you gotta respect that, you're right. But again, some people leave for the wrong reasons. But you gotta stay down. You gotta stay down. Whatever the situation, but you gotta be able to know the situations and that you could stay down in.
Yeah.
And that ain't an easy thing. But like if as a man that believe in God, you have conversations with God, He gonna show you. He gonna show you. And it's just a matter if you are willing to receive it or not.
And you have to have that faith.
Absolutely.
Have to have that faith.
Listen, people talk about God. People talk about God and talk about faith. And it's like, yo, you know what it means to have faith, bro? You know what it means to have faith? Like, I believe. Like, I almost know. I sound crazy how much I know to you. I was like, but Tim, what ain't even happened yet? How you know? Faith. And then when it do happen and you ask, yo, Tim, how you and me and this man had our conversations and he tell me and show me and I knew.
Yeah.
I knew. And that's between me and this man.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah.
Congratulations again. That's a big deal. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah. No, it's for the VI. For the VI, man. You know, like, it's for the VI. Like, the VI did that. The VI did that. The VI surpassed 1 point some billion streams. Like, the VI did that. You know what I mean? Is, you know, again, like, even to know we are who we are because of a few things, yes, but VI.
All day, every day.
Yeah, the VI to this day. And you know, you get people that attack negative, people that attack positive, but
that's okay.
Yo, but the VI in a whole, yo, they've always, especially at the right times, they've always made me, specifically, I can speak for myself, made me feel like I could do this. You go and do this, and you're making us proud, and we're happy, and continue to make us proud. You know, so like, and that helps a lot. You know, we go home and we receive so much love when we go home. You know, it's rarely ever any bad blood in any place we go home. You know, whether it's St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John, BVI, like, you know, the people in there show us so much love. You know what I mean? So, you know, for me, again, like, I talk about my love for the VI, my music. Like, no matter where I go, as a VI man. To the dead, as a VI man, you know? So, yeah, man.
So now we're going to play 2 games. The first game will be Blast from the Past. And this is like rapid fire. So you need to be on your feet.
Let's go.
What was your first job?
Grand Union, bagging groceries.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your last job?
Last job was Publix. And yeah, Publix. Publix was my last job. I love
Publix. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I was a cashier at Publix.
Okay. Did you ever work at Cold Stone?
Yes.
Used to be given free ice cream out?
Yes.
All the fan of them had to come to you.
Yeah, man. You know, like, that's what we do. That's what we do, man. The man's in country. Hey, listen, you know, at least allegedly, that's what I was saying. You know? That's why I had hair, you know. Okay,
so me and my husband were talking, and he was telling me that you and your brother had a song for Tutu Park Mile for a commercial. Do you remember the song?
Where you going? Tutu Mile. They got it all. We going 2 miles, and they got it all. Yep. I don't remember the voices, but it was.
They got everything you need. Spookles up next to
It was a spin-off of our song Baby Mama Drama.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
I bet you wouldn't expect me to ask that.
Nah, these are good questions though.
Okay, and this is the last one. What will forever be your favorite local dish anytime you visit Rock?
Saltfish, Johnny cake, boiled eggs. You know, breakfast dish.
Breakfast plate.
Breakfast plate with.
And where are you getting that from?
I don't know. So much change back home now, and I can't remember the last place I get from when I was back home. But there's a few spots back home that have good food. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't think I was able to get some saltfish from any of them. At least not yet.
Okay.
So you know, I on a mission now, especially we talking about it. My next VI trip. I go home, I go rock any one of them islands. I need some good saltfish plate.
Now we're going to play VI certified. No, you been bringing up the VI all night, you know. So you can't get anything wrong.
Okay.
All right. Where did majority of VI people get a school clothes from?
Ashford.
Okay. on it. You quick on it. Okay. Okay, are you? He know what he's talking about.
Yeah, man.
Last one. I going to start it, but you going to finish it off.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Fresh off us in Thomas, Virgin Islands. I'm from
Housing. Benny D from Freedom Harbor, Rock City from Housing. Up the side, building 19 is where the hell I reside. As soon as you come down Raccoon Hill, first building on your left hand side. Talk to them. Dirty foot girl, take them home and slaughter them, torture them. Hold on.
yes.
You know? Throw back.
What I say, right? Everybody from nada to tongue.
Yeah, man.
Know that song?
Yeah,
word for word too, you know.
And I remember when we first do it too, it was so unorthodox for us because that was like one of that was when we were really embracing rapping in our accent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, that was after like the ghetto youths them struggling and
then
Bang It come after that little wave and yeah, like Bang It to this day, that's still one as tune that we perform and it still impacts.
Bang it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Benny produced that, you know.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Benny produced Bang It. Yeah, man. Back in that time, Benny was producing everything. We do a whole album called It's Official, and Benny produced the whole album.
No, you've been locked in for so long. I'm so happy that I was able to remain friends.
Yeah,
you know
man.
how hard it is to keep friends?
Yeah. And you know, we had a falling out in them.
But that's okay, you get over that.
Yeah. We fall out and then it wasn't nothing that last no long time. And it's like, you know, you just, again, when the universe, when you're supposed to be linked up, man, the universe have a way of bringing you where you're supposed to be and bringing you around who you're supposed to be around.
Facts.
And in a matter of no time, we were right back together, doing what we love together.
I love that.
Brethrens, you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Now I need you to let my audience know of one, your project where you just dropped. And then you gotta let them know where part they could stream all your music, what upcoming projects you have. You gotta let them know everything.
Again, I go by the name of Timo Makaveli, one half of the group R City. I recently dropped a new album, March 13th, 2025. The name of my album is Makaveli the Dog. It's available on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Google Play, Amazon Music, you name it, it's available at all those places. If you don't have that, it's also on YouTube, it's on SoundCloud. And if you don't have any of that and you follow me on social media and you personally is like, yo, DM me, send me your email and I will personally send it to you myself. Yeah, the album is out, man, and it's a body of work that I'm proud of. I can't wait for people to hear it. That's heard it already. I appreciate every listen. And Makaveli the Dog, like, is me, is your boy. You know what I mean? I is VI all the way through the album. You hearing a VI man. You know what I mean? Yeah. I do want to say, I don't really get to do this often, right? But, so I am extremely the proudest brother. You know what I mean? I don't think there's another brother prouder than their brother, the way I am for my brother. What people don't understand or don't know is like, even when we were growing up, like, people always gave T1 a hard time versus me as a lighter brother, whatever that means.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So people, you know, it wasn't easy for T1. A lot of people used to, you know, mistreat him and deal with him funny style, you know what I mean? And so like T1 dealt with a lot. So when you see T1 and you see him as confident and, you know what I mean, like that, T1 have thick skin. You know, T1, just him as an individual. When, again, his own journey went through a lot. So I just so proud of the man that my brother become that. You know, I know he would be a great man, but this great, you know, it's like, I so happy to be able to say, that's my brother.
Yeah.
And not just the accolades, like just even him as a family man, him as a father, watching him with my nieces and my nephews, you know, just watching his love for his family. And, you know, we were raised that way,
Mm-hmm.
but still, for me, it's like, it's still so cool to see my brother in a light, us being who he is, and after all the things that we've done and achieved, my brother get after, you know, come back home from being all over the world writing, and the first thing he wanted to do is just be around the kids, and you know what I mean? And of course, duty calls, he gone again, but But yeah, I extremely proud of my brother, man, to you and keep doing what you're doing. And you know, I cheering for you from every side of the arena, always. And you know, the goal is to put VI on the map, continue doing that. And in any way we can shine a light on all the other up and coming VI artists.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For being here with me today on Mocktails and Munchies.
Yes.
Make sure you get Mocktails and Munchies cookbook. Link will be in the description. Make sure you share with your family and friends. And you know, we ain't ending this here without a freestyle. But we're going to check you in the next clip.
In the next clip.
You see we in the studio with the one and the only Timo Makaveli. He about to put a freestyle on Ayo one time for the one time. Big VI things, not the little things. You heard?
Never that. As you can see, I ain't here in the studio. You know what I mean? This is some of the team of people that I work with on a regular basis. This is the legendary Deli Banger. You know what I mean? Deli's an amazing producer, songwriter, just a dope creative overall. Deli helps me like almost 80% to 90% when it comes to like my stuff. As well as a lot of the other stuff that you might see me working on is me and Deli, you know, working together. This is Moski, you know what I mean? Moski is just a good, young, fresh energy to have in the room.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, Moski gonna let us know when we're doing whack shit.
Yeah,
and Moski gonna let us know when we're doing lit shit. And his energy is unmatched, and it's good to have a person like that in the room when you're a creative and you're creating. He always keep everyone up. It is never a dull moment in here when Moski's around.
That's my name right here.
This is Dos. Dos is also another amazing songwriter, singer that we work with here, and we've done a lot of amazing work together, songs that we've worked on together, we've written together, and you know, she from the VI as well, you know, so you know, I gotta keep the VI energy around me, and there's a few other people that ain't here right now, but you know, these are the ones that are here right now holding on the whole team, you know, and you know, my brother next door probably writing something for Katy Perry or Lizzo, you know how you do.
Yeah, that's hard.
You know what I mean? But we in here, we locked in.
Uncle Barty.
Everything is timely, you see me? Yeah, me man. These other man going outside. See, I don't work hard for a nigga who ain't got no job. I'm my dogs in from VI. One of them may snatch your gal. Someone's come back home to you after I tell her I am not home, man. Tell me where you from. Tell me where you rep. You know from up this side. Anywhere I step. Any girl trying to sell me the pum pum, but I call them left. Why look like me for the pum pum? It's a billion skits. Mine's full up, I go hop out, stand out, I go, knock out, back up, watch out. Timo go so dumb and beats will swear this man was high school dropout. Back then catching taxis, far east, climb upstairs when we get locked out. Man's been climbing charts from hustling, walk like I clock in and trap house. Rubber band grip, the band pro can't even fit. Hold my split. No, let me talk my shit. Rock man, yeah man, rock man. Plus, so I told not to watch no face. If you watch me, you might get slapped with a backhand. You ain't never had one. Grew up in the islands, man, still think that we swinging in trees like Tarzan. White man come to raise his kids on the beach, but they grew up on Batman. It's Timo the code. No evidence after I write off a galley with more that he bought. I bury the hash and I leave her a note. No, she did water up under the bridge. Talk and walk and live. Yeah, live your life. Yeah, little wife for the cars and cribs. Sacrifice, trade in the ice, spend it all in your kids. Come out of the house, the internet in a real place you can live. How long you gonna be a little man when it's big man business? Big man, my boy. Take the go the fuck up, go get you a job. Let's not be McDonald's. You settle for that, better off on the corner. And if you gonna do that, let's find you a partner, someone you trust, somebody that always put family first. You got squares in your circles, may need to adjust. They claim that they read, but them dudes is what? Them man walking around taking days, this shit they won't even give them man a courtesy flush. She worried about this when we were in school. Today she look like she get hit by a bus. Oh, you tired? The money what gonna make you cool? Could tell her you really a skunk. Only by talking online when the smoke is for real, you're gonna see who really a blunt.
That shit fire, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You did your big one. Did your big one.